and I am back to this. After my one-day debut, they said no.
How dare the V streamer community, the VTuber, whatever the hell they are, not accept you? How dare they?
I'm gonna
Look,
fight 'em.
unless you're super anime, I guess. I don't know. They don't take you.
You know what though? I have noticed there's been like actual like agencies forming, and I'm like, what?
That's always gonna be a thing because agencies, they had that with YouTube. Now they have it with Twitch. Now they have it with V streamers specifically. It's like, oh yeah, do you want it? What is it, MGM or whatever they call them?
I don't know. I don't have an
people
agency.
that allocate money. I don't either. Sad days.
Woo.
I'm my own agency for now. I'm a free agent.
I am my manager.
I am my own independent contractor.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, I need to get a haircut, dude.
Honestly, same. Like, I used to have, like, blunt bangs, and now it's, like, all the way down to my chin.
Oh, it's just my hair grows fast, and I fucking want to cut it really bad. Like, having it super short. Especially when it's hot.
Bro. At least it's, like, cooler than it was this weekend, knock on wood.
It was cooler today. Even if it was fucking orange. But, like, doom eternal out here, dude.
It do look like hell outside.
I'll take that over the super unacceptable heat.
Same.
When you're right, you're right.
Are we ready to party and investigate?
We are ready for this tedious investigation. Tedious-ass investigation is what I tried to say. Welcome to stream.
Hi. Oh shit, what the fuck, Linkin Park?
What?
Why is this playing right now?
It's probably because we feel numb.
I feel so numb.
I think it is.
Paya, welcome to the stream. Thanks for using the dab emote. We're gonna try to do this investigation before oh, god damn it, it would be right now. Hang on, I'm gonna go get a waffle.
I'm vibing, dude. It's okay.
Good.
Take your time.
Continue to vibe. I will BRB. Okay. This is gonna turn into a mukbang stream or whatever the term is for watching people eat.
Yay, mukbang!
That way we can get through some of this fucking investigation and I can eat my waffles.
I fucking ate my snacks yesterday, dude. I got nothing. I'm good. Boy. What's up, Danny? How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Oh my god.
My stream title yet?
Oh, she's in love with the waffle.
I am! Okay, like, it's like, who made the recipe? Like, Alton Brown from Food Network? And it's like buttermilk waffles, and my mom makes the best waffles. And you put peanut butter in it? Ooh.
Where is the... There it is. That was bugging me. The symmetry of it was bugging me. Thanks, Steph the Kid.
Best waffles.
Why is this playing right now? Is this a random playlist? It is, dude. What the fuck?
What are you
This
WTFing?
isn't my playlist. Wait, what? What? I'm sorry. Say it again?
What are you WTFing?
Oh, just randomly Spotify played this random ass playlist. I was like, why is these songs playing right now? These are weird. I don't usually play these when I'm streaming.
That sounds about right. Okay, cool. My stream
Oh, that's a
announcement
cool
actually
emo.
worked today.
Congrats. Huh?
Nothing. Just talking to myself.
That sounds about spoofy.
Spoofy?
Thank you, Mia. Appreciate it.
Bro.
I got cake.
The cake is a lie.
Cake.
Alright, I've got my
Looks like I will be
pulled
joining
up, so. Mukbang stream!
you. Early. Hey, TFO, you want some cake?
Uh, uh, I've always thought that I was cake, but I mean, sure.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off there, but how you doing? Hey, Mana, how you doing? Welcome to the stream as well. Hi. Z4, have you seen my my stream title yet?
I guess I will go to Twitch and find out.
What you should be doing. I don't know why you're not. Like
Because
everybody else here, you should be
streaming
following.
is
If you're not following already, even though I just started the stream, it's the equivalent of like a YouTuber starting their video saying to follow it without even watching the content. I know that, but still.
A boy. Wait.
part of the content. Let's see.
I'll put the ad away. Hang on.
KidVillero just chatting.
Because that's what we're doing.
At the moment, we are just chatting. Yes.
Yeah.
A boy gets the tea on a bigwig to spring him to justice, Lamau.
Wow.
I wish I was that creative with my stream titles. I literally just put Rise from the Ashes.
I would put Rise from the Ketchums.
What?
God damn it!
Are you guys ready or what?
I am ready. I have my game pulled up.
I am ready as well.
Alright, so... Are you ready to go?
Pretty much. Let me just move this over here. I should be vibing, dude.
Wait.
Yeah, you won't use the emo I made you. I don't have an extra slot. Fucking sub and I'll get it, dude. What do you mean? I need 2 more subs and I get another slot. Thank you.
Alright. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Wait. Load state. I gotta load my state. Give me a moment. There we
Load
go.
your state.
California, Texas, or Mississippi?
Cali, BB. Alright, is it my turn? Hold on, let's see. No, it's Emma.
Hey, Emma. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do.
Just the way it is.
In order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Lawful completed. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dart killings.
Come on. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Lana wanted Dart convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what do you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Hell yeah, he did. Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
I didn't see that one coming.
Oof.
Like,
Do we wanna...
talk to Emma.
Okay, let's talk to you about the SL9 incident. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then, suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then...
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. Oh.
A permanent picture?
Alright, tell me about after the incident first. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence.
Of course I did.
Of course he did. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true. Even though he might not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma.
Alright, tell me about that permanent picture.
What did you see in that instant that crime account occurred?
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. No, Suzaku, I'm not mad at you. I was just frustrated in general. I'm not mad at you.
Looks like he's about to dab.
He's about to dab?
Or dab.
No, the one on the bottom.
I know. He's doing an upward dab.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of the poor girl.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. You've been through so much.
Aw, poor girl. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago. Must have been like, what, 14? That's understandable.
Yeesh.
Guys.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. And find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime.
Something puzzling. Tell me about it.
Something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, he was being chased by a prosecutor.
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken into questioning? You mean by the popo?
Of course, by the cops. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did you run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? Lana was the chief prosecutor. Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Dart case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be a detective. Better have another talk with her. So we're moving forward.
Alright,
To
so...
the detention center!
To the detention center! Away! February 24th, detention center, visitor's room. Lana! Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence. Didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul, why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person may be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana. Emma told me about you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Could you fill me in more on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs?
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Right? Alright, talk to me about the trial.
A lot of revelations were uncovered at today's trial, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. To the devil.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana, what the witness, Ms. Starr, said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've seen Lana look so phased before. She looks like she's a part of some type of clan.
Okay, tell me about your detective stuff. It's true, I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing!
Oh snap, knife only run. I just realized that.
They still talk... Oh my god. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant.
That's me.
That is you. He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired.
Said that he was the vice head of the chairman or something like that.
Oh, that's weird. The fuck? What's with these translation differences? We love it. Damn it, Gant. He was everything I aspired to be.
Damn it, Gant.
Damn it.
Damn it, Gant.
I'm glad you're amused. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed.
Emma really does idolize her big sister, doesn't she? But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened?
I always planned to becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
Alright, tell me about the investigation. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark.
Second in command? That means the chief detective was no doubt Damon Gant. Sorry, Damon Gant.
Mine says that means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? That's interesting how they're rewording it. Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I serve the same office and the same investigations.
On my end, it says he's a detective.
What the fuck?
Gant.
Oh He did it all.
He did it
like-
all.
Damon Gant, more like goddamn it, Gant.
More like goddamn.
True.
I still like that GIF I found with Gant smashing Edworth and Phoenix's face together.
They even had the same office.
We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Alright, tell us more! Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let the guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me.
Wait. So I think they changed the name, in my opinion, because there were too many detectives. Everybody was a detective.
I will say, yeah, everybody's a freaking detective, so that makes Gant, like, more specific in
Even
what
Johnny
he did.
Sins was a detective at one point.
Everyone's a detective. You're a detective. You're a detective. You're a detective.
Like, hey, pal.
It's the cops.
First come back, it's the cop.
So you were the first person to run the scene, Lana.
It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Drake. Dark.
Drake.
Dark. I can't read. I'm dyslexic a little bit.
Jeez, he really did start from the bottom. Now he's here.
I only love my facts and my evidence. I'm sorry.
It's over. It's over. But it's far from over.
God damn it. This is why I'm not a voice actor.
Like, Edgewood, do you love me? You updating the autopsy report?
Did Gumfuck not tell you?
Wright said, do you love me? I tell him only barley. I only trust my bed and the Emma. I'm sorry.
I love how after all this giggling and shit, I went back down to 1 viewer and I was at 3 before. Good shit. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
Look, I have to record this boy doing a song of that. Just like rewrite the whole lyrics so it fits the case and have this boy sing it.
Yes! Yes! Please! Do a collab.
3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out.
And the suspect, Joe Dark. Drake and Josh. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
Can't blame her after all. Her sister must have gone through a lot.
After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest.
Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident.
That's right. Quite a coincidence,
I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way. Everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to the extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against O'Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
The Schrodinger's case.
Schrodinger's case. Does it matter or does it not?
That case just might not be over yet.
Huh?
Emma was assaulted by Drake at the police department, right?
Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder.
Dun dun dun! Okay. Let's go to the
Before we
office.
go there,
Oh no.
we're going to go to the police department entrance.
Criminal affairs!
Not criminal affairs.
I already clicked it, she said that.
No, I only had 2 options!
I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet.
Okay, cool.
Kind
I
of
wasn't
quiet.
sure if you were here or not.
No, I was. It was after I clicked it that he was like, no, go to the police department. Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
You're right. The head of the department seems the same though.
Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to?
Right? We can come back here later.
Alright, I guess we'll go back to the entrance. I can't read. February 24th, police department entrance.
Donna.
Howdy, Bambina.
God damn it. Oh, Mr. Marshall!
Never thought things turned out this way when I woke up this morning. Guess sarah, you know. You never know what life had, you know, Bambina. Should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy?
Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little investigation. It's a voluntary appearance. But we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
But, Mr. Marshall, why did you do it?
Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one for sure. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today.
Talk to you about the trial.
Some was real fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean by fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Dark's? Alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there is a good chance that knife was not the real murder weapon.
Uh-oh.
However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the fact have been concealed with forged evidence? The case left behind scars and all of partner.
The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. Alright, tell me about yourself.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he, your brother?
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You don't mean King of Prosecutors. Not that again. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother.
The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years ago have gone by already.
Mood.
I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered. The evidence locker was empty.
Alright, tell me about your scars.
Scar tissue that I think you saw. Sorry. There was something going on behind the scenes in all that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of, as you say.
Oof.
Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? They did something to him too? The commissioners would get too suspicious? Nah, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They?
Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean, goddamn again, in Lana Sky.
Ooh, tell me more.
Chief Detective, goddamn again, and his second in command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who had heard of him. That's a nice deal. That case was a big step in both their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yes, sir. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She never been the same since she left.
Huh?
Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma did say something like that too.
Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret's too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago.
Lana!
There you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in today's court. That boy Edgeworth, he ain't right. But he also isn't my enemy.
That boy Edgeworth, he's totally gay.
He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is goddamn again. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator.
Aww.
Adios, Bambina.
Okay.
Poor guy. Well,
Now what?
we'll miss him. Now we
Like
go
a-
to criminal affairs.
I like how there
Criminal.
was no music after you left too. It's just quiet.
No Blue Badger song. February 24th, police to stay the criminal affairs.
It's the best OST for this game though. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's even deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Hey, who was the chief again?
Oh, I think I was chief. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room.
Thanks. Wow, she actually talked to us.
With Chief Prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together, along with some Halloween in there.
I think festive is the word usually used for those.
Ma'am, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right, you can't go in there. It's off limits.
Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm at.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
Fuck it, let's go.
Fuck it. What? Why is there an organ?
You need to hear his theme song to understand.
Okay.
He likes either baseball or going to church.
Yes.
Maybe he has his own religion.
He's gonna send people to the sun.
Is that why he's always wailing when he talks?
Maybe.
He's just
I
like,
see-
take
I
me
talk
out
in
to
your
the
room."
ball game.
Whoa. Where am I?
In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door.
Check out that pipe organ, dude. It's real, isn't it?
Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Buck. I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. I never could remember where C was.
Wait, isn't one of them like... Okay.
Hello!
Oh, it's you two.
Chief again. He put that paper he was reading in his desk.
So, righto, have you been swimming lately?
No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately, you know, with Persona 5 and everything, but it's fine.
I can appreciate that, you joker. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statements.
Provocative statements. Oh, you mean about that forged evidence, huh?
Yes, she's now in the danger zone. 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me.
So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
He's cuter than Officer Marshall.
That's fucked up.
Against cowboys. We took it to commemorate our work together.
Oh God, I see it. God damn it. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it though. Huh, I wonder what it is.
Get team picture added to the court record. It's the fucking shield, and also the pot's not broken. God, he's so uncomfortable!
Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention.
Okay, Charlie.
I'm going... Screw you. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore.
All the same, we'd still like to have a look around.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend.
Looks like we aren't welcome.
It seems that the case isn't over with yet, after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
You mean like a clue?
There's gotta be a way to get inside the chief's office.
Bro! Okay.
To criminal affairs.
Okay, police station, criminal affairs.
Criminal entanglement.
Cops.
It's the cops!
Hey, bro.
You say it again. I didn't get it on my end.
Oh,
It's the cops.
and
Hey, bro.
There you go. Detective Gumshoe, were you in a meeting?
I'm just taking a breather. My feet hurt.
From sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everyone coffee.
Aww!
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop.
Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth?
Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask?
He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court.
That does sound serious.
Is it because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
Plasm.
Let's
Huh?
talk to me about Edgeworth, Gumshoe.
Don't say it like that.
Why don't you just tell us a little more about Edgeworth, please?
Sorry, I had to.
But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she?
Look, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that,
That's a little better.
but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going on around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this,
Are there really so many people who hate him?
in
Say
our
the
world-
line.
What?
Say the line.
What line?
The flowery line.
Uh-oh.
In our world, it's kill or be killed.
in our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies.
Gumshoe really keeping an eye on them. Can I do this, please?
Yes, please.
Do it.
Hey, Dick! Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir.
Aww.
Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat.
Yes, sir.
You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick?
Yes, sir.
It seems you don't have any problems with enemies.
Well, it's because of that big dick energy. I mean, yeah, well, I'm not careful not to stick out. Wait, that sounds even worse.
Oh my
Anyway,
god,
the
Dick
opposite,
doesn't stick out!
Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack.
Like an egg. Tell me
Yeah,
about the
it's-
SL9 incident.
Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was
You
brewing.
seem genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, what did you find anything?
The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack.
His final attack? You mean...
He used final gambit. I mean, when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl.
Me.
It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl.
That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all.
Well, what was it?
Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay?
His power recollection never fails to impress.
We love a loyal himbo. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Okay, but tell me about the crimes first.
Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman.
A businessman? What made him take to serial killing?
He hated Captain Crunch. I mean, one day, on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car.
Ooh, his second.
With his car? So, it was an accident.
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal.
I fucking told you it was his second.
An animal?
He killed the man that witnessed the incident. Then he killed the lady who saw the second crime. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. And
I'm not
something
hitting...
about a jogger came up on the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in.
Sorry, I didn't click A through any of that.
Where's the jogger at, dude? A jogger came up the scene too, was killed as well. Okay, you did say that, right?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't make sure.
Sorry, it just started clicking through, like I didn't even hit A or anything.
No, it did the same thing at Cycle because he was speaking so fast.
Okay.
He had so many kills. His fucking kill-death ratio was off the chart. This man was gold prestige.
Boom, headshot.
Like you said, knife only run, BB. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Batista.
I walk alone. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence because he killed him with a knife.
So
he turned himself. Oh, that's not me.
he turned himself in.
Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily, Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed.
That last witness? Oh, he must be Emma, dude.
Alright.
We smacked him with what? What do we smack him with?
The
The
murder weapon.
Isn't that gonna kill him?
switchblade the switchblade knife, right?
Yeah. Let's kill Gumshoe. Kill him with that knife. Right now.
Present!
About this.
Hey, is that?
It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of.
Well, what are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker.
On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler.
That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again!
I forgot.
We're just showing to him again. Oh,
No.
I get it now. Puts it away. Huh?
It's like the crazy murderer in SpongeBob, like horrible. It's the maniac. That's what it was.
Anyways.
This knife. It was Joe Dark's, was it not?
That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at, plus it had his fingerprints on it too.
But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
That's where his luck ran out. Sucks that couldn't happen for 2020. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken.
You don't have to take a good look to notice that.
Yeah, well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound.
But just the tip.
Just the tip.
Did it match Dark's knife?
You bet. Down to the last fiber.
Oh, wait, can you be like, you betcha, pal?
You betcha, pal. Down to the last fiber.
Thank you. That sounds better to me. I don't know why.
That's pretty conclusive. Neil's autopsy report added to the court record. Stabbed in the back, died from a punctured heart and lung. Knife tip was in the wound. Switchblade Knight updated in the court record.
Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know.
Can I ask you just one more thing?
No.
Okay, then.
What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Garrett.
Look, it's not money. I know you'll be eating ramen noodles out here. I'm not going to ask you for money.
Aww.
But it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where prosecutor Neil Marshall was, like, murdered or something like that.
The chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What? Really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust.
Breach of trust?
Simply put, I'd be canned. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
How about this IT card? It was Detective Goodman's.
That won't work either. The data was deleted by the data was deleted the day he died.
Can't get your tongue, pal.
Just a little. Alliteration, my God.
Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot of da.
So. In other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office.
I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. Oh, okay.
Respect me, I respect me.
What are we smacking him with?
Nothing yet.
Oh.
Because we're going to move to the underground parking lot.
Oh, my favorite place.
Oh, way! February 24th, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot.
No one's here today. Not even Miss Star to sell her pallets.
Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court today that no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15. On the day of the crime, at least.
Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case.
But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty, didn't we?
Hang in there, Lana. You're just in the danger zone.
I gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. Somehow, some way. What we looking,
guess
boys
where
and
we
gals?
get to go next?
Edward's office?
I have no... What?
I'll say you kind of got crackly there. Can you repeat what you said, please?
Edward's office.
Edward's office! Edward's office! High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202.
I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet.
There he is! Looks like he's writing something.
Oh, what are you doing here?
He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. It's his fanfic, huh?
This is
Day in court?
fanfiction!
Huh? Tough in court? Tough day in court?
Fanfiction.
Court? You want me to court you? What's going on?
I said,
I didn't hear it, sorry.
Oh. I had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you.
That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings.
The
Seriously,
unnecessary feelings.
So, what do you want? Unlike some people, Gumshoe, I don't have all day.
Gumshoe.
All right, tell me
Guys
about
want
the.
to look at that piece of paper?
Oh, can we actually look at it? Let's look
Yeah.
at the piece of paper on the floor.
Oh god, it's fanfic, dude.
Read the fan fiction.
I wonder what he was writing for.
Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look.
Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there.
Just distract him. I'll check it out.
Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out there the window? Oh no, he's about to fall to the ground, dude.
Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet.
He didn't even look.
What? Letter of...
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you.
Let me send you a fanfic link.
let me send you my AO3.
It says tumblr.com/letter of resignation.
Resignation? Edgeworth. You don't mean.
I'm tired, right?
Bitch, I'm older than you.
No, you're not.
Isn't he 24?
Oh, never mind.
I'm older than Edgeworth? Holy shit. dude, I feel old.
We're all older than Edgeworth.
We're all older than Edgeworth, and he's bitching about being tired.
I'm tired.
I mean, he is a prosecutor.
I know.
I feel as if something inside me has died.
Ew.
But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I mean, just because you feel so numb.
I know the path I've walked, Lincoln Park, but you don't need to tell me.
I thought you were gonna sing Green Day right now, dude.
I'm just like imagining like walking into Edgeworth's office and you just hear like emo music, like you walk up and you hear like I feel so numb, but like all muffled through the door, and you walk in and it's immediately shut off.
And the path I've walked in the valley of the shadow of death has
There you
been
go.
just one. I can't forgive myself for what? Don't. Oh my gosh, I think Edgeworth would be a Linkin Park guy.
He would. He
Just-
would.
You wouldn't admit to it though.
He just needs one step closer and then it's confirmed. And no one else should forgive me either.
No. I think he's serious.
Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something.
This letter of resignation, bruh. I wonder if I can use it for anything.
Oh no! Are we gonna show it to Gumshoe?
Oh,
Shit, let's go, dude.
Okay, do we need to
Let's
talk?
talk with the man.
Let's talk with Edgeworth. Tell me about the forged evidence, my boy.
There's no excuse for what I've done. God damn it. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact.
But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified.
The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, and my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have.
Mr. Edgeworth?
I take pride in my work. So tell me,
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Why does Edgeworth have to be song?
Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I was given falsified evidence. All because of Lana Sky.
I want it right away.
Yes!
Why has it all come to this?
Even Edgeworth can't keep that kind of emotion bottled up.
Alright, tell me about the trial tomorrow.
Are you up for the trial tomorrow?
Oh. First last year's trial and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. You're such a simp, right? To be honest, you're getting on my nerves.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial.
Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. And plus, who would want to use Mr. Payne? I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this.
That's all that happens in Ace Attorney is like, oh, case from several years ago is getting brought up.
Yeah, because people didn't know how to do cases back then. We gotta fix their messes for them.
Apparently,
What do you mean?
we have to finish what they started.
What do you mean?
List of evidence. It seems too short. It's about Emma's height. Most lists run twice as long.
It's only half as long as most lists? That's a little odd.
After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given.
Okay. First of all, it couldn't be helped, okay?
Sorry, I had to. Well, nobody stuck around through my break because my stream broke, so now nobody's watching on my end. This is fine.
Just restart it.
I did restart it.
How did it break? When did it break?
During the break, I lost connection.
Oof, that happened to me on Saturday, I think it was. It's the weather.
Lately,
Blame
I've
the
been
weather.
feeling that me trying to stream anywhere, doing anything, is just me screaming into the void, but that's fine.
It's because when you're trying to figure things out as you go, there's always a lot of errors in the way, like errors and missteps and things happen. But once you get past those, everything's smooth sailings. Yep. That's my experience, at least. I had a lot of boos when I was streaming, when I first started streaming.
Are we continuing on?
Yeah.
Alright, February
Is it my
25th,
turn?
9:47 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
This is the defendant in lobby, all right? There's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where the hell could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if...
See,
Can you say that again? Kind of broke up.
something's been happening behind the scenes.
My boy,
My boy.
Edgeworth.
Knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is.
Well, I've had a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who figured it out. Stupid sexy gant.
Thank you.
God damn it.
You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because of there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he has been officially charged with anything.
True, not yet.
In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? And Chief Prosecutor Scott will be found guilty.
But she didn't do it.
I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here to hear what you have to say.
This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Alana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her.
The truth.
Everything goes back to the SL9 incident, you know, Shia LaBeouf and everything.
Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past.
That depends on you, though. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened, my boy.
I'll think about it. See you in court, right?
Bruh.
See, you lost your Edgeworth.
Screw you.
This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gann has on her, it's now.
February 25th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
What's that?
What?
I just heard some weird.
I heard that too. What the fuck?
What the shit?
It's gonna be like that for like a good 10 minutes, probably.
God damn it! It sounds like that one meme.
It's just Edgeworth crying. Leave him alone.
I don't cry like that.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gann.
Hello.
Can someone take care of that baby in court? Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Hudby, been back to the pool yet?
No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my own work.
Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that.
If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours?
Well, I thought that I would get you two married, and Lana, that is to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court.
She wants me to do what?
Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. Oh, give me a second. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble.
Bruh.
I think I hear Lana in the background.
Oh gosh.
What's this all about, defendant?
Hold on.
Okay, holding on.
Is that better?
I don't hear any more screaming. You good to go?
Yep.
Okay. I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished.
Well then, what's your request?
Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office.
No, Lana. Objection. You can't. Your Honor, the defendant claims does not change the defense's plea. Wait, what? Plea. Sorry. What am I saying peel for? I'm sorry, Your Honor. I apologize. The defense, are you okay? It sounds like you're having a stroke. I'm sorry, okay? It's a little odd.
In that case,
She
Mr.
threw me off guard, okay?
That's what I do. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services.
But Lana,
Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please.
Well, the defendant surely has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this isn't a precedent situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Objection. One moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you. But why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut?
Ooh!
I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gat.
Yo!
What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be.
Yo!
With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scene.
Bro.
Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Oh, to whom?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Sky. I request the court hears her testimony.
Yo. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to
I don't care what you think, Miss Sky.
Tell her.
Bro.
The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Cat?
You will live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Sky, please take the stand.
Looks like Edward has decided to take the horse by the reins, as they say.
Bro.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma Sky. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark Killers. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edward, please remember, this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then. He sure gave in fast.
Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial.
Edgeworth, you're a good boy. Witness testimony 2 years ago. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor.
We stand one smug boy.
You gotta admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Alright.
So, I'm a little concerned about the fourth statement.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. Pressing.
Hold it! Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out.
The light?
It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby.
So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If this was pitch dark in the room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of this scene in my mind.
I see.
I told the detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim.
Let's hear more.
So, you spoke with Detective Goodman about this, right? 2 years ago, you said?
Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial.
Told Detective Goodman about what you saw.
Yes, but at the time the word just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
Let's ask about the picture.
That picture.
This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning.
Objection. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
Witness, would you mind if you add this statement to your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene, but it seems to have been lost. The man raised... Okay.
Question. Can we look at the evidence list real quick?
Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Huh. Oh. Do you want to examine the picture, KidVillero?
Huh?
We're looking
Examine
at
the evidence list.
Oh wait, give me a moment. Oh my god. A picture drawn on the back of the evidence list in magic marker. I got a very bad feeling about this.
So what, do we present that to Emma?
I drew a picture of the scene once, but it seems to have been lost.
All right, President.
Yes.
Objection. Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet, you still insist on denying its existence?
Hey, I'm not the bad guy. That's Billie Eilish. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold.
Behold!
There's the evidence list from the Astro 9 incident? Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over? Turn it... Ah! What's this?
Pretty much my reaction.
Yes, what is that?
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew.
Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here.
Objection! What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Me?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Huh? These lists? They're different from each other.
Nutty the fuck?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here, where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened 2 years ago. Only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What? What?
Thank you, that was good.
Oh.
Order! Order! Who would have thought the picture would have been drawn on the back of the list?
See, mine says, but Ms. Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable. Mr. Edgeworth?
It's possible. Let's see.
How did he never turn it around? Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask?
He's fucking pissed.
Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing.
That thing.
It's the Badger.
That thing that was dancing in the evidence room.
No wonder he's fucking pissed.
Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives.
It says right here, apparently the head of the criminal affairs used this for his blueprint.
Oh.
I guess he was out of scrap paper.
Evidence list restored and updated in court record.
Very well, witness. Will you please testify about the picture you drew 2 years ago?
Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she saw the picture.
Emma's picture. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I see a problem.
I see a problem.
All I could see were shadows. We're gonna press that, right?
We're not pressing anything.
We're not?
There's a easy contradiction. The picture shows exactly what I saw in the instant. Tell me, how did Neil Marshall die again?
Stabbed to the chest.
Sure, but let's look at his autopsy.
Alright.
Hold on, I gotta... Oh, wait.
Sorry, I gotta find it. Okay, checking the autopsy report.
A single stab wound piercing heart/lung.
Okay.
Well, if it shows exactly just in the back of the
Oh,
lung,
why is it already broken?
Uh-huh.
So, are we presenting her with something, or?
We're presenting that autopsy.
Okay, presenting the autopsy.
Objection! I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture, the witness drew, contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I still remember, like, just like it was yesterday.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us? Oh, what part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? So we just go to the knife, or whatever?
Where the knife is? Take that.
Take that! The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. In fact, you don't even have to look closer to see that.
Mine says, even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too.
If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
Objection. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really, Forehead. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should have not yet broken.
Bruh.
What's the meaning of this?
Objection. Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Objection! Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. It was broken beforehand. It couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right. But what does this mean?
What does it mean?
Objection. The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken.
Objection! Here's a tip. That's why I asked her so many times if she was so sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at that time, but she was sure she remembered correctly.
There's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Objection! Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence.
You are treading on thin ice, right?
All I'm saying is that its broken knife might be the piece of evidence that was forged. Just, pray tell. You can't deny the possibility.
Bruh!
Got him. Order, order, order. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place that day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of the Prosecutor's Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. God damn it, Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him, and he was killed by Drake. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie.
I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife.
If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. But I know what is. There must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one?
There's another one.
There was.
There was another one?
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
You guys repeat it after me. If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy to what she saw,
She's got that plus attack minus special attack.
it can't just be explained away by a simple observational error.
Mr. Wright,
In that instance, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife? If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Do we hit him with the, shield?
we're hitting him with the shield. That's what I was thinking. Right?
You're half right on the shield,
Well,
but
there's only half a shield there, that's why.
So, do we
But
hit him with the
isn't there,
photograph? The
I
Gant team
mean,
picture?
there is a broken knife there.
Yeah? Okay.
Go for it.
I'm doing it.
Picture. Hold on, I'm getting the picture. Where the fuck is the picture of my... There's so much shit here.
It's like
Here it
the
is.
third to
There,
last.
I got it.
You
I
got it?
I got it.
All right.
Okay. I got it.
YOLO!
Press the button. Take that.
Penalty.
The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past to be exact. Right here inside this one picture.
This is the picture. This is a picture of the award ceremony.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon.
He's so fucking pissed.
Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall's holding.
That's a broken knife.
As we earlier concluded, the knife in the picture was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was all, in likelihood, this award. Order! Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and a broken knife. When he chased after Joe Dank, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in that dangerous situation.
Joe Dick.
Yeah, that made me die a little bit.
Objection. But that can't be.
Oh? Why not, Mr. Edgeworth?
Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed.
What do you mean?
I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh. Oh!
You fucking idiot.
The plot thickens.
But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What the fuck is going on here?
Seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions, like always.
Hold it.
God damn it.
Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Yeah, I need to fix something real quick. I need to remove that from the playlist. Thank you. Sorry.
Ooh,
Continue.
Are we playing some copyright music?
No, it was literally
Ooh.
just a file that shouldn't have been in the playlist. So back in May, I did a cover of Under the Sea, but to make my brother mix it, I had to send him the file with just the flute. And for some reason, that got pulled up on the iTunes playlist. So it was really
the flute?
yeah, it was just the da-da-da-da-da-da-da without any background music. So it was just awkward.
I was thinking you were you were playing the happy birthday song.
Okay. Fucking assholes. Fucking copywriting happy birthday. Anyway, we can continue, sorry. Witness. Mr. Edgeworth,
What is it?
could you show me your evidence list again, please?
Here's last. The one with that picture scribbled on the back.
Boy.
I knew it.
No.
This picture. I'm the one who drew it.
Oh god, I know what it is. I know what happened. I remember now.
Bruh. What?
You're gonna hate this.
Did you say what already?
Yeah. Oh, what?
You drew that.
That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part deep away inside me.
Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you recalled, Miss Sky?
Yes, Your Honor.
First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger. This should be interesting.
Emma's recollection. Oh, Lord. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with his knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
This is certainly most unusual.
Objection. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year.
That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Stop, please, don't pursue this any further.
Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair.
But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that?
Chief Prosecutor Scott, sit your ass down.
Thank you.
You've already come this far. It's too late to turn back.
There's no turning back now.
Silence, bitch. The defendants will now begin the cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter.
So,
We're pressing.
I'm doing a little sketch about that last statement.
I'm sure I saw his shadow.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little sketch about it.
Pressing.
Hold on. There it goes. Hold it! His shadow. So you mean you didn't actually see his face? With its winning smile and all? The one that, 9 out of 10 dentists love or hate, right? Hate? Is it hate? It's hate.
Bruh. That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. This witness must be mistaken.
Objection! That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think what she saw, what she did? Wait, what? Style. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Okay, that's what it was.
That was a sentence. And I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, please tell us what this shadow really was.
What was it that Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger, really?
I'm guessing we probably know, but I'm still figuring it out.
We know.
I just might know.
Alright.
The blue badger hadn't been drummed up when Emma drew this picture.
Know, all right.
Yet, she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on this fateful day 2 years ago, there is indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that was now sitting in this very room.
Mr. Wright.
In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in this instance? Please show us this mysterious blue badger looked like. Oh my god, dude, please.
We know it.
Do I heard? Let's wait for Acacia to figure it out.
It's not the fucking jar, is it? Is that what's going on here?
Why don't we present it and find out?
It's fucking bullshit.
I'll present it. I'm presenting it. Take that! The mysterious blue badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. Like a pot of greed.
But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger.
Indeed, it doesn't as it stands now. It is just a plain jar after
It is
all.
not a plain jar. It's an ugly-ass jar.
What if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? I gotta show him that the correct angle to look at it from is this.
So, time to make the head look like the badger.
I forgot how to do this with this. No, I fucking hate why. Why is this a thing? There. I think I got it.
This is so annoying.
Is it just upside down?
Just upside.
It's upside down, and it's supposed, and then you're supposed to move it to where you're supposed to move it where you can see the hole.
I could see the hole.
Like, wait, kind of like this.
What?
Like that, but now I'll bring it down. More.
Oh, I see it like this.
Like, kind of like this.
I fucking hate this, dude. I knew I was gonna hate this too.
Something like that, yeah.
This is fucking bullshit.
Hey Sid, how you doing?
Oh, come on!
Oh, it's because she saw it as okay.
Oh, we have to do it again. God, I hate this fucking jar.
Okay, at least I'm not getting penalties.
Yeah, you're not getting penalized for it.
Take that. Well, is this a miracle or what?
There yet.
Okay, I was right though. I was right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were right. Okay. Kesha, how? Like
I
rotate
want to
it
see what
around.
she's doing so badly, but I can't.
All
Oh
right.
wait! You guys are streaming it. I could look on your end.
I'll
Hold
say
on.
yeah. You can look on my end. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Rotate the jar, Acacia.
Oh my god. A little. No.
No, I'm right.
I'm confused.
Okay.
You guys want me to pull it up on my end? Oh, I'll show you guys.
Okay.
It'll be a little delayed, but I'll show you guys. Give me a
Alright.
moment. You can watch the struggle happen.
I hate this.
No. Okay.
I'm gonna get hit with an ad right now, and she's gonna finish it as soon as the ad
Okay,
finishes.
keep moving. Keep moving it up.
Hold on, I'm getting a Prime
This
ad.
way?
Yeah. Keep going.
Nope.
Go on.
Nope.
Ah.
No.
I hate this.
Give me like 20 seconds, and I'll catch up so I can watch.
This is stupid.
The stupid Amazon Prime ad needs to end now. Please, for the love of God. There we go.
Like this?
Mmm. A little to the, a little to the right. Oh, yours doesn't even, the top doesn't even look like that on my end. Oh, what the fuck? That's gross. It moves that way?
Yeah.
It moves this.
Mine just moves sideways and
Okay.
down, dude. The fuck? What is this?
Okay. Kesha?
Yeah.
Oh, she almost had it. She almost had it, dude.
Almost had it. Okay. Now move.
Do what you did, but
Go
better.
up. Go up a little bit. Just trust me.
Up.
Little more.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait. Go down a bit. No, down. Okay. Now move.
You rotate this that way. What the fuck? It just needs to go to the right.
Yeah, it just needs to move to the right a bit.
What is this? The switch is so bad. Oh,
Is this it?
That.
I hate this. No.
is that not it? Is it
Apparently
really
not.
I hate this Belgium.
A little lower. I think it's a little lower. That's right though.
I was right.
Just okay. Okay. You see how it is now? Just go straight up. Go straight up. Oh, she tilted it already. Oh my god.
I hate this. This is fucking bullshit.
Oh, see what
I
I
thought
mean?
I was gonna get it wrong. Holy crap! They made it complicated.
It's like they want you to be completely and stupidly precise.
That
Up.
almost looks right.
No.
Go back.
Okay. Let me. I need to read.
I'm gonna look for a fucking picture. 'Cause this is bullshit.
See what I mean?
Dude, I can see why you were pissed off. Holy shit, dude, that's bad.
Blue badger vase. Fucking bullshit.
Boss.
I thought.
That's what I made it look like.
It's because it's a little tilted. That's why it makes everybody else tilted at the same time. Literally, just down.
Fucking damn it. This is fucking stupid.
At least there's lines to tell you. It's like a fucking grid, dude.
God damn, I hate.
Finally. Oh my god. Okay.
Fuck this. Fuck this shit. Fuck.
You're gonna have to read my lines for me. The first two lines, I
got it.
think.
Well, is this a miracle or what?
No, it's fucking bullshit.
Hold on a moment. There we go. No one can possibly deny this jar resemblance to the blue badger.
Fucking bullshit. Order!
The defense proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witness on the day of the crime was actually this.
Objection. Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
What do you mean?
So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything.
Objection! I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything.
Indeed. Very well then. Please tell us. What difference now? What's different now than we know the witness saw this jar?
That's a sentence.
Yeah. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? Got it.
I don't even fucking care anymore.
Pretty much, it doesn't matter what you choose.
Okay, well, I'm clicking.
No matter what you choose. I'm
I'm clicking the murder weapon because I don't fucking care.
I'm gonna hit send me your location. Let's focus on communication, Edgewood. Allow me to take these in turn. Wait, what? At the moment of the murder, what the witness saw, this jar.
A very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright.
Knowing this, where could she have seen this jar from? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gann, right?
Objection! But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Objection! Yes, and it is these two facts that revealed what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dank and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office.
Objection! Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office?
It's the fucking same room!
Yes, absolutely.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
There's a reason
Simple
that
for-
we came across in this world.
Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though.
It's too late to apologize about the
Please.
stupid face.
Please. Recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now, tell me, what could have sent that jar flying?
Oh, you'll find out. I'm about to summon it.
That would have had to been the impact made when he was knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was on, what would he have hit?
Ah!
The shirt of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yeah. And since that man who was knocked into the armor was carrying said broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding that prosecutor's award.
No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking.
Yes? There's another possibility of what transpired in that room. Another possibility. Of course, the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright? What's the matter?
If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Yeet!
Just hanging around.
Emma just killed a man. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No! Thud. Happy
That's when you drop
birthday
your
to
water
the
bottle.
ground. Oh, okay, water bottle dropping.
There we go.
We dropped the water bottle emote in the chat nobody's in.
I never imagined her testimony would have led to this.
So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony? This is unprecedented.
Robble, 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 robble. Objection! What are you saying?
I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances...
Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her?
Imagine that coming from you.
Adam,
If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall?
evidence?
I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony.
I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead.
Wouldn't the armor, you know, be evidence? Because
We are not cross-examining armor.
Please, 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 at least make it worth it with that whole jar excavator.
We've survived a Barrett. We are not doing a suit of armor.
All we gotta do is cover this suit of armor with the fucking liquid, right? Just give it a quick spray.
I'm still so fucking pissed.
I did warn you.
I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Well, it wasn't that bad for me.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes. Continue.
Yes, please, for the love of God.
Oh, wait, sorry.
It's okay.
We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This all has been a wild goose chase from the beginning.
Touche, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility? Another one? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message.
Oh, shit.
For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly.
Here we go again.
He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another.
That's...
On my end, it says somehow.
Oh. That's impossible. Bacana!
Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I gotta think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind is in the evidence.
Okay.
It's your favorite thing, too. This message from the deceased is already in our possession.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer?
Do not be mistaken, Miss Guy. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek, the truth. No matter how painful it may be.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us that piece of evidence. And it conveys a message from the deceased.
It's the leather cloth, yeah? No?
Nope. It's your favorite one.
toy.
Your favorite one. It's kind of a little unstable, but it's there.
Kind of looks like a badger.
The fucking jar?
I mean,
It's a greedy jar. What do you expect? It's a jar of greed. It has to be used more than once.
It's the pot of greed. Give me my 2 trap cards out of it or something. Fuck. Take that.
You had more than enough time with that pot of greed. Take that. This is the message left by the deceased. That is the blue badger from before, right?
Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name?
if that thing could, I'm sure it would.
Ooh.
Edgeworth spitting those rhymes.
Looks like everyone has forgotten. This is just a jar. A message was left here on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. It
It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Lana.
Yes, but notice, for some reason, this blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here drawn in blood.
So what you're saying is these dots were once lying.
Prosecutor Marshall didn't die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to leave behind a message.
One that someone apparently wiped away.
Can you do me a favor, though?
What?
Can we analyze the jar real quick?
Okay.
Like, you know how it has the message?
Yes?
Look, like, click on it, and then it pulls up the picture, right? You see it? The lines and the dots?
Uh-huh.
I think this is lost.
I hate this jar. I want it to be smashed.
You are so lucky you live far away.
Why?
But blood must have seeped into the jar when the lines changed direction.
Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent.
No.
Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. I gotta connect the dots to make letters, I guess. There's only one thing the victim would have written given the circumstances. The murderer's name.
No, just connect dots. It's more better than what we're already doing. Connect.
I don't know fucking Japanese. What the fuck?
Oh, that's all you need?
What the
Okay,
fuck?
Sha. You already goofed.
I was trying to.
You can stop right there.
I'm just
No
connecting
more
lines together, dude, at this point.
No,
No?
no. Connect it to the on the left.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, I did fuck up. I see it now.
Do all that, please.
I see.
Okay. Okay. Now let's just try. Okay, go to the right there.
Okay.
Connect it to on your left. Where now, you see where I'm getting at? Now,
I got it.
look
I
at
got it
the-
already.
Oh
look at the last bit of
no!
line. Yeah,
Is mine right?
I don't know because I can't see yours.
Sad days.
Fuck.
Does yours spell out a specific name?
Yes, and it's awkwardly placed, but yes.
What's the name?
It has an
Ema!
There. Then you're right.
Actually, mine says Ligma. Sorry.
I'm not falling for that one.
Alright, dude, present it.
This is fucking bullshit.
Take that! It's a defense attorney's duty to prove his client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this.
How could this happen to me?
Emma.
Final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind.
Of all people, she might not have meant it, but in the end, one took the victim's life. It was Emma Sky.
Worthy, can't say I didn't warn you.
Shut the fuck up, Gant. Damn it.
Chief Gant. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
But Joe Dank really was a serial murderer, that's undeniable.
I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice?
What?
We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied.
What's going on at the prosecutor's office?
They might have sent an innocent man to his death.
How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault?
Order! 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 No, I don't feel like yelling that much with that voice. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, nobody knows.
This trial should go in the garbage.
Why?
Fucking bullshit logic.
It's just a jar.
Fuck.
That's bad. Wait until we get to justice for all. You know
You're right.
what I'm talking about.
The brain blast? Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, what?
Let's fight.
We're
Alright.
still going? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I want to get this shit over with. 1206, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. It's the gaps!
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
Gumshoe, you always make me smile.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Oh, he was so sad!
Oh! Detective Gumshoe, wait, what is it? My boy.
You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
I take it Lana's having you run errands again?
Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial.
Evidence law? Oh my god. Edgeworth was talking about that the other day.
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
Is that right, Mr. Wright? Right? Huh?
It seems so. So.
You could at least study some evidence law. Really?
Chief Prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message.
A message?
She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're gonna need this book.
Ah, shit, I could read. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough reading, huh?
Evidence law securely slipped into pocket.
How can it fit that pocket?
Dude, men have
I
deep
like-
pockets.
Look, let me ask you this.
It's a
Why
book.
is it that the book can fit in his pocket perfectly and safely, but not Detective Gumshoe's fucking ID
Because
card?
he went in
That
his
shit
pocket
broke.
and crushed it. He went in his pocket and he crushed it.
I can get that, but that
All right.
book is big.
All right, let's look at the fucking evidence book.
I could fit a switch in my pocket.
Okay, a split shirt, but a book like that?
There's books that are the size of
I'll say
switches,
not all
dude.
books are
And
big.
paperbacks.
Yeah, but that book is too wide for a pocket.
How do you know?
Because I know it from evidence law.
Rules
So
for
you have your
submitting
own book.
evidence. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
That's gonna be important.
Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence.
Hold on.
I'm nodding.
That's where you're wrong, Detective.
Card.
Huh?
Haven't you figured it out yet? Why am I still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me.
Mr. Edgeworth.
The real trial today hasn't begun yet.
God damn it!
What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Sky found out she's unwittingly caused a man's death. And now, you're telling me you want to do more? You've got to be kidding me, pal.
You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely just poked him.
When he was already dead.
Yeah, that's a different kind in and of itself. That's just decimation of a body, right? Or decimation. What is it called again?
Tampering with the crime scene.
Oh, that too.
That's
Desecration. Desecration is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, desecrated the body.
That means the real killer is still out there.
What?
end, we're gonna have to expose that bitch. No matter what it takes.
No matter what.
This case has hurt too many people. It's time to reel it in, bring it to an end.
Please.
Yeah, Acacia was collateral damage in this case as well. Because of the jar.
Fuck that jar. And now my brain hurts. And I, like, can't think anymore.
Oh, hold on. Damn, bruh, Futaba just knocked the fuck out Lamau. Plus, that Persona Awakening, Jesus, lol, was a good battle. That battle pissed me off to no end just because of, like, the debate that was there. That took me, like, literally 40 minutes to beat that battle down. I was tired at the end of it, but yeah, it's good. In any case, thank you for going back and watching that VOD, man. Appreciate. Alright, continue, sorry.
February 25th, 12:52, District Court, courtroom number 9.
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions.
Thank you for the news, Your Honor.
Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls for the witness, but, this isn't easy to say. You see, there's some concerns that Mr. Edgeworth may have,
struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses?
I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking it.
Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
A solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
Hey, that's kind of good. Clean. I don't know why that didn't come out right.
That's pretty good.
What? But there's never been a case of example. A case example.
Mine says there's no precedent for what you're proposing.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue this trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. So we're doing this after Corona season or what? Like,
Bruh. Bruh.
let's shut up. The defense may now call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over.
The defense calls. It's time finally come to bring out the real murder.
We're calling on damn it, right?
Call on Damon Gant.
All right, doing it.
Alright, we're calling out this boomer.
Take that. God damn it. Gant, the defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does that have to do with anything?
It was in his office.
As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it.
As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. All right, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
Yeah, adjust your hair, you dumb fuck.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh?
He wants to play with some balls around.
Bruh!
Please, Mr. Gant.
Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police.
Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony.
All righto, what's with the grim face?
Well, you're orange.
First,
I prefers pineapple, but thank you.
What? Pineapples are yellow!
Not with that attitude.
objection, I think you mean Mongo. It's a clear cross between the two. First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean the time when Lawner's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Like what?
Like the role you played in all of this.
Son, either you're very brave or very foolish.
Yes.
I hope you're the Merida movie. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Sure, take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
Of course, such an action carries with it certain risk. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you.
Very well, the witness may begin his testimony.
After this, I'm going swimming.
Not with that attitude.
But if he goes swimming, won't his fucking orange come off?
Then I'll look like an actual pineapple.
There you go.
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. I blame the gender reveal party. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Jeez. I already sensed the bullshit in him.
Is that when Dank was arrested?
He was lying on the floor unconscious. And they just yeeted Neil Marshall. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head.
I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. The police chief has the right to refuse to testify. Then I better hit him hard and fast.
See, try, son. Whoa. I already see the bullshit.
That Lana already arranged the crime scene?
No, that he had nothing to do with the forgery.
Well, okay, yeah. So do we just press him or do we present him with something?
I think we present him with something. And I think it's with your most favorite thing in the world.
We're presenting him with the jar?
Well, you can do that or the evidence list.
I kind of want to do the jar.
Is it actually either or?
Yes.
Okay, I guess we'll do the fucking jar. The bane of my goddamn existence.
All right. Objection. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery, but I call bullshit. You cannot back up.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example. That's the blue battery you showed us earlier. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles that hadn't uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you a lying bitch. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this?
Oh, Phoenix Wright is a hoe, and here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery.
Ooh, me? Or do you mean you?
What the?
Huh?
Nani the
Why
fuck?
would I even have anything to do with that? The fuck are you talking about?
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Ooh. Oh boy. Defense attorneys can do so too.
Ooh, that foreshadowing.
Oh shit. Isn't that right, Righto? Objection. However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
That doesn't sound right out of context.
Yeah, that doesn't.
It's Gant for you. Whoa.
What?
Nani?
If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying work. Yes, well, in light of Detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding those pieces of evidence you found in your office and the relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene.
Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Is it the... Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol.
You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again.
My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know.
All right, Hudgy. In return, though.
Wait, on my end, that's what he's saying, right? But it says judge. It's literally a fucking error.
Lame.
I know. That place, right?
What the fuck?
What are these guys, telepathic?
But you didn't know we were lovers. Press on the last statement.
Press? Okay.
Is it the forgery? Is it the last statement?
The very last statement where he's like, rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me in any way.
Okay. Hold it. Really, Chief Gann. At the very least, there is one very large benefit you reap from all this.
Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would be, of course, the position you have, Chief of the Policia.
Chief of the Popo.
The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive.
Oh, that's a good one.
Huh?
By the way, like every time he went ho ho ho, I got like vibrations in the controller.
Great. Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of the SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little.
Is that true, Edgeworth?
Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Listen to that Beyonce song. There, it's out in the open now. Haji, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little?
By all means, please do, but don't forget, G-Eazy also made a song called Me and Myself and I.
Oh. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Press it.
Pressing.
Hold it. Nothing in it for you?
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly.
Okay, Ariana Grande, calm down.
Bruh.
Thank you. Next, that girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
More vibrations!
Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out?
Point out.
I would think he had an accomplice.
That's what I'm thinking too.
True. You might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright? It appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as the nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well, I'll ask. Who is this person you believe Chief Dent may have helped forge evidence?
It would be Lana, right?
Oh. Yeah, who else?
Lana!
Take that! Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Lemony Snicket's.
Bruh.
Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gann, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
profit. Like, what do you mean? After that SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed the chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job changed. Was you, Chief Gant? But how would he profit from all this?
He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Thank you. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
God damn it.
Oh, wait. You must mean puppet, as in forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive's to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you can control her.
Right, so my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What's up? What's poppin'? What's good?
Do you have any proof of this, that I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing?
Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this is all amount to nothing more than mere conjecture.
Plus, this is also what happened in this incident.
This incident? Which would that be?
Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
That is bullshit.
What are you saying? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? What?
Nani the fuck?
What?
What? Yeah!
Order! 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 I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious, huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's, impossible! Your Honor, I was just merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in an easier to understand language.
There goes Edgeworth under the bus.
It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now.
Get married.
No.
Absolutely not. It looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder?
We can.
Good question.
Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. Or
He's
in this
just
case,
a poor boy.
a weirdly colored pineapple. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. All right, then. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Just remember, better be good.
Mine just
Is this
says.
her favorite piece of evidence?
Mine just says, let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman.
So, just a question.
Have we ever figured out who was the 7777777 ID number?
Isn't that just the guest one?
No, the 7777 was fucking Gant.
Well, it doesn't say that on the record yet.
So do we present him the record?
I would think so.
Oh, right, you right.
Yeet!
Hold on, let me. Yep, lessening impact. Give me a moment. Here we go. Okay. Take that. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7777777.
7777777. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number.
It's your number, bitch.
What the fuck?
Literally just, it's your number.
What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean? I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered that evidence room on the day of the crime.
Bro! That face!
Order! Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say?
Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law.
That's fucked up, you bitch.
Shut up, Wright. I'm just bluffing. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Yeah?
Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime?
What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Even the evidence room. Tell me. When you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do at the evidence room.
Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
Objection! You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant. I'm afraid you just undone yourself. Sorry, you outdone yourself on that matter. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. Some of your spray tan got on him.
Oh, Tickle Me Sweet, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Phoenix Wright.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilty.
Objection. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth.
You can't handle the truth, damn it! Gant.
If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting?
Woo!
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you to provide evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to go meet with Chief Gant on the day of the crime.
He didn't have an ID card, so what else? I mean, what would you have to fill?
Right, it needs to be submitted to the chief of police. So we present that, yeah?
Goodman's lost item report.
Yeet.
Right. Hey, Fire Bro, how you doing? You're here not every day. You weren't here yesterday. Okay. Anyways. Take that! Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime.
Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it.
So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give the report to the chief of police.
Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took form. He took that form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompany the detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him.
There's no other way that a murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Not yet.
Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next.
Are you Joseph Joestar now? Next you're going to say?
I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman.
Yeah.
Oh,
But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card.
yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Objection.
Objection, motherfucker.
Sorry, but that's not possible. Hmm? According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body.
No! Yo, he just got electrocuted!
Chief Gant, you didn't.
Bro!
The murder was most likely committed on the spur of the moment. No one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit a murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why else? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body.
Bro.
Objection. You're forgetting, Mr.
Oh, bro, thank you so much for the host. That's really sweet.
That the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there?
Ooh.
I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony.
Everyone except me, it seems.
Phoenix is
Still-
always out of the loop.
You're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal, my guy. That's why they need to be defunded.
Oh,
Bro.
so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
No, I've got a comment. I never played Ace Attorney, but I've played Danganronpa. It reminds me of that a lot. I've never played Danganronpa. Have you guys played it?
Yeah.
Does
I got 6. Sorry, continue.
sorry, like is Ace? Are these games similar?
No and yes.
Okay.
No and yes.
No and yes, and oh my god.
Yes and no.
Okay, you heard it here first. All right, we can go on.
One's a little bit more horrific. I put it that way.
Well, obviously,
Very
well,
horrific.
I know what Danganronpa's about. That's like kids having a murder game, and you have to figure out who committed the murder each week, right?
The trial section's similar to this, but it's not really. There's more games to it, I guess, and then there's a lot of just like picking up evidence or trying to understand people and get too close to people, blah blah.
Okay. Anyway, well,
They
sorry.
both have that visual novel format, yeah, but Danganronpa's actually like prettier. It has a nicer, well, at least compared to this, to what this was. But I like this a lot better in my opinion because it's literally just focused on what it's supposed to be. Danganronpa's like out there. Then again, the Magatama, that's a little out there too.
All right.
Bro, I got 6.4k points, shaking my head. Bruh, did we get one more sub? No, not yet. Imagine not subbing. This post was made by the KidVillero gang. Thank you, I appreciate it. But we pistol gang out here.
You can skip the
game is
getting...
also way older though, lol. You right, Sid, my boy.
You can skip the getting close to people by sleeping in Danganronpa. It was a comment I got. I don't know what that means.
Neither do I. But I just know I won't have the heart to play that game.
I
From
feel
what
like
I've already seen, that game already breaks my heart.
I'm definitely not in a good enough headspace to play that, like, where I'm at right now. Maybe if I was feeling better in a month.
Alright, so what were we? Oh, hey, you take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
I didn't read the last line after that. Can you read it for me?
Chief. Wait, which line before that?
The chief then. Yeah,
Oh,
that one.
Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need.
To prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was useless clue just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this.
Well, there is a piece of evidence that we have yet to use.
The screwdriver? What?
No.
I mean,
Maybe.
who had the screwdriver again?
It was given to Edgeworth.
And it was brought back to his office by car,
Yeah.
which means
Brain not work.
so
It was a
Gant,
Oh, the
cover-up
parking
excuse.
stub? Wait, what?
that too.
Wait.
Well, let's think about this. The screwdriver was given to Edgeworth by Chief Gant.
Right.
He went from, and so from that, Edgeworth went into his car, drove all the way to the parking lot with the screwdriver and the parking stub. Where was Detective Bruce Goodman's body located again?
It was in Edgeworth's car.
Because who moved the body?
Edgeworth moved the body. Wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I presenting?
The screwdriver,
The
or the
screwdriver.
parking stub.
Yeah, either way. Yeah.
Okay, screwdriver. Fuck it.
Take that. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? Well, what does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is the screwdriver doing here?
It's here because. Gah! I was asked to go by Chief Gat, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it in here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office.
But you did. Because Chief Gant asked you to.
Sorry, things are slow. You mean I...
The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by the car.
Bro. Poor Edgy.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edwards' car? Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edward to carry evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice. Miss Lana Sky.
Bro.
Order! 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 What's going on here?
I
Is
don't
there
know.
no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office.
Look at this photograph.
This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite.
Body being taken from the trunk.
Chief, yeah, please say something.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
I believe your time's up.
My time's up.
Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special.
Objection. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
What I told you earlier. A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal,
Weapons?
like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now.
What? This is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Objection. So you're going to just run away after all this. Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy.
Nigarunda yo, Smokey.
I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
Well,
You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with.
I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gann is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of his body. Do I have any concrete proof?
I'm assuming we don't actually.
We don't. Yeah, this is one of those options
Fine.
where you don't. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence.
CRG.
In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What?
Here's the tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, righto.
On my end, it says, I don't gamble unless the stakes are high.
I don't gamble unless the stakes are high.
It seems that
420,
lady
blaze it.
was on my side again. That's what it says on my side.
That's what it says on my side too.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Aji, I'll leave the rest to you.
And he doesn't feel so good and poofs.
Aji, I don't feel so good.
I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. I had to say law twice. What?
Sure. Lady Luck? Maybe we should have a word with her.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
There's only one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial.
She tramp.
We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony.
A lady who knows the truth. Another witness.
In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony.
But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify.
There's still someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions. Raised in this trial, someone right in this very room.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person?
Well, why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
Oh, she does.
Oh,
She
she
may
do.
not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor, the defense calls for...
Lana! Get your ass out here!
Take that, Lana Sky. The defense mentioned Lana Sky. She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth?
The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in
Hold on!
Huh?
Oh. Sorry.
You are forgiven.
I didn't know! I didn't know!
Could still do it.
Hold on.
Huh? Oh, it's me. What the fuck? Chief Gat. I thought I misread that. I thought it was the name that was here.
Oh.
Chief Gat, I thought you were going to eat.
Sing good, Lana.
He's talking to Lana.
I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder.
This isn't good.
Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet.
Okay, yeah, this is why we need to defund the police.
Okay. If there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess.
Fuck, man. Thought we were almost done.
We are.
We literally are.
Alright. Fueling up.
We push.
Let's push through this shit.
Very end now.
February 25th, 2:04 p.m. to District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
We got our head in the game.
Yeah. Thanks for your help, Edgeworth.
Chief, he's something else, eh, pals?
Detective Gumshoe.
I'm not a detective anymore.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office.
My office?
Sure. I'll take that place that top-knotted girl you used to work with.
Could he mean Maya?
Oh, no!
Looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand?
It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify.
Settle down, right. Remember what the judge said?
But Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Risks? What does he mean by that? The stupid game?
It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. I have no idea who this is.
You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too?
Oh, perfect.
Sweet.
Emma, are you okay?
Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I have been listening to the trial from the gallery.
So she heard everything that's been going on, huh? I'm Emma. I'm sorry for what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Relieved.
Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do.
That must be why she became so cold.
It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Hey, don't go blame yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal.
We live in a society.
Yep.
Same hat! Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see.
Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act.
Emma, why don't you wait here?
No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth.
Let's go right. It's time to end this.
Yes,
For the
it's
third
time
time.
to end this motherfucking trial.
So,
So I am taking you. This is not your favorite trial.
No, fuck this trial.
oh, you'll change your mind eventually.
February 26th, 25th, 12:21 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9.
Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand?
Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you.
But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years.
Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Of course. The truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relation with Mr. Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only one we have to get Gant.
Testimony. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dar convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
Huh.
I sensed some bullshit.
There's
Are you
something
sure about that?
There's something about that one statement that's getting me.
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana!
If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
What if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony.
Agony.
All alone.
Yeah. This is no time to start second guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
I'm concerned about rearranging the crime scene.
So are we pressing that or what?
Pressing.
Hold it! You say you did this all by yourself?
Yes.
Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene?
It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body.
What?
Yeet.
But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement.
You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark?
Something like that.
If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle.
That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me.
So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body.
Wait, what? Press that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Hold it!
That sounds like some bullshit.
You planted the tip of what? It just fucking
Why?
went, dude.
Why would you do that?
You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders.
My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of others.
Why did you move the body?
When you showed up on that scene, what exactly was the victim's where exactly was the victim's body?
It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's guess.
But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there?
The reason for that is simple.
Well, let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Scott moved the body.
The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Are we presenting the jar or just pressing her?
Presenting that jar.
Her favorite piece of evidence, though? I remember when you said earlier, there's a shape I hate. Objection! Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. Trust me, I really do. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If the truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been useless. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony.
A contradiction in my testimony.
You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan."
That's right.
Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood.
Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments.
Exactly so. And this is where said contradiction lies.
Audible
In
gasp.
order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, It must not have been broken before he died.
Ah,
He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Got him. Order.
Guys,
Order.
Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regards to this jar, and I feel bad for the person who's probably streaming it and its bloody message,
Wait, why? Wait, what happened?
because the case is just so mad right now.
more bullshit with this jar. Fuck this jar.
We may be
I think that'd be uncomfortable, dude.
I don't want to. No, no,
Stop that!
no.
Stop that! Right now!
I'm just saying,
You are bad!
it just reminds me of that fucking weave picture I saw a long time ago. I'm not gonna talk about it though. Huh?
Then why'd you bring it up?
It's a fucking meme. It's an old meme I saw. I don't even know if it's still up. It was like something like, it has that girl from something Zero, whatever her name is, the one with the red outfit. She's holding a sign and she's screaming. She talks about a Pringles jar. It's like, no sexist can properly fuck one, no matter how it is, comfortably or something like that. You think about it.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh God.
Anyway, moving on!
Moving on.
We may be missing something critical here.
Something critical. Oh, something critical.
Phoenix Wright's inner monologue is the judge.
Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are, and I mean Joe dark, about the truth towards which we're headed.
What?
Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth, like the jar.
Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. I think she's seething at this point. Are you okay?
I want to go to
You
bed.
want to read out that message, please?
What?
What is this called?
What?
You don't see it? It says jar and a message in a bottle.
Jar and
Blood?
message in blood.
Thank you.
I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I can think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
She got all of the pieces?
But
You
why?
mean you were the one who wiped away this message in blood?
I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Alright.
She said she got all the pieces.
Yeah, press that.
That's a contradiction.
Pressing.
There's evidence to back that up.
Hold it! But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office.
A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a body of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece.
No, she didn't.
Let's get her with the jar again, dude.
Pressing the jar. Oh, fuck!
Did she misclick?
No, she did the right thing. but
No.
I think she dropped her bottle.
No, there was a big-ass bug on my leg.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit, dude. You should have dropped the bottle. It might have hit it and knocked it out.
I don't know where it is now. Okay. Okay. Just to get this shit over with.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. Objection. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals the truth even you were unaware of.
What?
We found the final piece of the jar in Chief Gant's safe, you know.
In the chief's safe, but how?
I knew it. She really didn't know. She really didn't know.
She didn't know.
There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it, you know. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yeah. Which leaves us with only uno explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. You bitch.
Dun, dun, dun.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? Objection. I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
Oh, don't I know an ace detective?
Bruh.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ha! Can you believe that?
What?
Yes. Objection. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant at the time he was looking for Dank downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar? Objection. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years?
Audible gasp.
Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? Riddle me this, bitch. No.
Poor Kay.
No. Is that better? Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Hold on.
This is the first time we've ever had the judge have a breakdown.
Break down. Looking for a
Alright.
bug. Sorry, go ahead.
Alright, you good, kid? Yeah.
I'm good. Wait, yeah, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Everyone's good.
Alright. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called?
Fabrication. But why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed that her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark. Sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet.
Ooh!
Oh,
Ow!
yikes!
Oh, she bit her thumb so hard it bled.
Dead Man Wonderland much?
No,
You ever